Yeah, I never really knew anything, in my entire life. Like my first goal out of high school was just to get a job. So that's all I knew. I needed to get a job, and then I got a bunch of jobs, and there were, carpet cleaning and ditch digging and, picking up garbage on a construction site. And I was like, all right, well, now you have a job, so you can check that box. Because, the first thing, my life was sort of like falling off the back of a cruise ship at night, or maybe a tuna boat. I don't think I would have been on a cruise ship. But my first feeling was, I got to find land. You know what I mean? I'm not interested in buffets, and I'm not interested in Ferraris. I'm in the middle of the ocean, and I got to find some land. So the first part was just get to some dry land. That was just getting a job, being able to pay rent with a couple of roommates in an apartment, being able to buy an old pickup truck. That was just phase one. Once I got onto land and I got kind of dried off and I felt like I was safe, then my next move was how could I be living a little better life? How could I get a truck that had air conditioning? How could I own a home one day versus roommates and apartments? And so that next phase for me was like, well, maybe I could do comedy. Maybe I could get paid to do something in comedy. I didn't really think what. I just thought maybe some way to get paid. And I don't have to drive a pickup truck. I like cars. I like race cars. I wanted a sports car, but I had a Nissan pickup truck with a lumber rack on it and a bench seat. And I wasn't, I didn't like going out on a date driving my Nissan pickup truck with the bench seat and the lumber rack and the bed box, So I just thought, well, maybe there's some avenue with comedy. And then I started, after years, figuring out some avenue for comedy, and it kind of turned out to be radio. And then once I kind of got into radio, I was like, well, maybe there's more to explore here. Maybe there's a TV show, or maybe there's a movie, or maybe there's a documentary. Maybe there's a book. Maybe there's a podcast. I just said, let's move forward. I never really thought, here's how I'm going to get paid, or here's what I know, or here's how it's going to work. It was always just kind of what's next.